And you're saying that you're testifying that President Trump approved this ahead of time. Is that my understanding?
We had conversations about making sure that we were telling people.
No, ma'am. I'm asking you, sorry to interrupt, but the president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly.
Did the president know you were going to do this?
Yes.
He did?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Ever wondered what happens when political theater turns into a real-life thriller? Buckle up. Let's break down the Senate drama that's got Washington buzzing.
The man behind that question joins me now. It's Louisiana Republican Senator John Kennedy. Senator, it's always great to see you. Thanks for being with us here today from Louisiana.
Thank you.
Reporting is that you talked to the White House before that questioning. I'm curious how that all came together to talk to the secretary about the price tag of that ad.
Well, there's nothing extraordinary about what I did. There's nothing mysterious about what I did. I did my job as a senator. I'm very fond of the secretary. I congratulated her at the hearing, and I was sincere in my congratulations about executing the president's policy in securing the southern border. I have been concerned, though, as have other senators who have chosen not to speak out. I've been concerned about the fact that we have managerial problems at the department for a while that are distracting from the president's and our agenda. And I knew before the hearing I had a list of 8 issues I wanted to bring up with the secretary. I only got to 2. I don't want to overstate this business about calling the White House. I called the White House 2 days before, had a very brief conversation, and just said, look, folks, I just want you to know I'm going to ask some tough questions. I didn't tell them the questions. We didn't talk at length about it. They said, okay, do your job, no big deal. I did my job as a senator. And one of the things I asked the secretary about was the fact that she spent $250 million putting ads out across America, $250 million, in which she was prominently displayed. They looked a great deal like political ads. And I found that breathtaking. And when I see what I perceive to be spending porn, I don't care who does it. I'm going to call it out. I'm pretty cheap when it comes to taxpayer money. I squeak when I walk. And that's what happened. It also came out, though the secretary denied it, that these were no-bid contracts, and then apparently some of them did not go to people whose names she got off ZipRecruiter. They went to political friends. And
Department of Homeland Security rolled out a nationwide ad campaign, costing taxpayers up to $250 million. The twist? The ads starred the DHS secretary herself, blurring the line between public service and political promo. Senator Kennedy, never one to pull punches, grilled DHS on whether these ads were government info or just good old-fashioned political marketing. When asked if Trump signed off, the answer was yes. Cue the plot twist. Because right after, Kennedy gets a personal call from Trump himself, and, in Kennedy's words, Trump was mad as a mama wasp. Trump flat out denied ever approving the spending, making this controversy hotter than a summer in D.C. But it's not just about ads. There are whispers of no-bid contracts, questions about DHS management, and a bigger fight over immigration and government spending. So if you like your politics sharp, dramatic, and just a little bit spicy, hit subscribe. This Senate showdown is far from over.